All right, today we're working with Microsoft Teams. One of the first things you need to do is set up your Microsoft Teams so that it is conducive to a law firm. Teams can be used in every industry. I like to use it for my law practice. I think it is a fantastic tool. If you haven't heard of Teams or you don't use Teams, you might have heard of Slack. It's very similar, but honestly, I think Microsoft actually got it right. So Microsoft Teams, I believe, is a fantastic practice management tool. I highly recommend you give it a try. You can save yourself a ton of money because mostly when you pay for a practice management tool, it's a monthly fee. It's usually $89, $129 per user. So if you have a firm that has paralegals and legal assistants, interns, whatever kind of staff you might have, I don't understand the point of spending thousands of dollars when you have software that can actually do the same thing, and I say better than that software that you're paying per user for. So you're already paying per user for Microsoft. You might as well use it to its fullest capabilities. So first, what we're going to do is talk about setting it up and creating the basic structure. So if you've never used Teams, this video is for you, and stay tuned for more videos about actually using Teams in your practice. This is the setup. There will be more on the actual use within the practice. Here we go. So stick with me. I'm going to show you how to practice smarter.
This guide will walk you through setting up Microsoft Teams for your law firm to be used as your client and case management solution. When set up correctly, Microsoft Teams can be a powerful law firm management tool. Teams is free with a Microsoft 365 business subscription. First, we need to log into Teams to set up our teams and channels. Once you are logged in, click the Teams button on the left navigation panel. Let's set up our first team. Click the plus button at the top to create our first team. From the drop-down menu, click Create Team. Now enter the name of your team. Under your team, you will have channels. If you are setting up your team for a law firm, we suggest you name this channel Clients. Here you can detail what this team is for, or you can leave this blank. Teams allows you to control privacy settings. Generally, I make all teams open for the entire firm. However, if I also have an admin team where I keep all the passwords and internal sensitive information, that team is set to private. For the clients channel, I would not select private, but that is up to you and how you run your firm. If you want everyone in your firm to have access to all client files, select org-wide from the list, and they will be automatically part of the team and have access to the information in the team. Our team is ready to take shape. We need to start our team with our first channel. Channels are like folders within the team. The first channel should be something like General. This is where you will save client resources, which we will explain in a moment. From the drop-down menu, click Standard, Shared, or Private for your channel type. I prefer to have everyone in the firm have access to client files, so I select Standard. If this client needed to be walled off from other staff, you could select Private and only invite those who need to access this particular client. I do not use the Shared option because I never let anyone outside my firm have direct access to a file. Click on the three dots next to your team. Here you can access more options, including creating more channels within this team. Click Add Channel and start creating individual channels, which are similar to folders for each of your clients. This may take some time, but it is worth it when you see how easy Teams can make communication, file saving, and client notes. Click on one of the client channels you just created, and we can start to explore how Teams is set up. Every channel has a top row of tabs. This is where you can customize each channel for information you want to access quickly without leaving Teams. The File tab will be where we store all the files for this client. When we put information here, it is also stored in our SharePoint site. Both Teams and SharePoint can be accessed from anywhere on any platform: Windows, Mac, iPhone, or Android. Add files to this channel by clicking the Upload button and navigating to the file, or you can drag and drop right into Teams. You can add more files or folders with the new button at the top of the channel. This button also allows you to add things to the client files, like Word documents, Excel files, and other things without leaving Teams. Let's create a folder structure to house the files we've added so far. Click New, select Folder, and then type a folder name and choose a folder color. Repeat the folder creation process for the initial folder structure. I make 5 folders at the start of every case: pleadings, communication, notes and memos, discovery, and billing. Don't worry, we have a shortcut so that you don't have to do this repetitive process for every client. We will show you this trick later. I used a color-coded system from when I had paper files to keep things even more organized and easy to find. When I had paper files, I used colored pressboard indexes to keep pleadings separate from communication and so on. I carried over this method to picking folder colors for my electronic files. If I see a blue folder, I don't even need to read the title. I know it's a pleading folder. You may want to adopt a color folder system too. Just some food for thought. Okay, we've created all our folders for the initial case setup. Now we need to put our files into these folders. We can drag and drop or use the menu to move files. If you want to use the menu rather than drag and drop to move your file, click the 3 dots to the right of the file. This will open the File option menu and you can select Move to start the process. You can move the file within the Client Channel folders or move the file outside this channel. Click My Files on the left side after you've clicked Move To in order to move it outside this channel. Otherwise, click the folder within the channel that you want to move the file to. For this example, we will move the file within the Client Channel. Here we will click Pleadings so the computer knows that's where we want it to go. Then click Move here at the bottom of the screen. Okay, it's time for the trick about folder creation. We can copy this structure and save it to a template for later use. When you have a full set of the folders you want for each case, make your folder structure. You probably want the folders to be empty for this. However, if every case you open as an Excel spreadsheet you use to track discovery, maybe you want that in your folder structure. In that case, you would keep anything you want every client matter to have inside the folder, so when you copy it, it's already there. Click the Copy to button. We're going to copy this structure to our general file so that we can copy and paste it anytime without the necessity of recreating every folder for each client. Navigate to the folder you want to copy or move your files to. Most items in Teams are hyperlinks. To get back to the general channel so you can access the general file folders, click the name of the team. Here you would click Clients, Test Channel from the left side since that is our main team name and where the folder we want is stored. You could also click the hyperlinks at the top of this pop-up and go backwards to the main Teams channel. Click General folder to get to our Templates folder inside. We want to copy to a folder inside of General, so we need to open that folder so we can copy our folder's structure there. Let's create a dedicated folder in the General channel for our firm-wide templates. This will be where we paste our folder structure and save future files that everyone on this team can access and contribute to. Inside the pop-up, click the New Folder button, name your folder, and pick a folder color. Now we have a firm-wide repository for frequently used templates and forms. Now that we are inside the General Files folder, let's click Admin Templates and copy our folder structure there. Anyone with access to this team can navigate to General Files and then Admin Templates to use this structure on any future client channel. Click Copy here, and the folder structure you created will automatically paste inside this folder. Teams will alert you that the files you copied actually copied and tell you where you copied it to. Thank you for watching our Teams for Law Firms setup guide. Next, we will show you how to really use Teams in your firm. You will be amazed at how Teams can keep everything you need in one place, how clean your inbox is now that it is not cluttered with internal communication, and how organized your client files are. Join us at www.soloattorneyclub.com for our next Practice Smarter guide.